In battle as we're underway in week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Let's see money. Let's see money. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. You're up. Check 49. Check 49.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Jones has it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Vic. Gets it off to Freeman. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Freeman. Freeman a 1st down and more. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Vic on the bootleg. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Ready. 70 ending. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
Vic operating on 1st down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's easy work. It's coming again.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area, that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Tannehill. And the catch made by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. On 2nd down, Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter.
Go! Hey, lock it! Under 10! Check 9!
They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Check nickel. Check 24.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Down. 15 line. 15 line. What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Hey. You got 3. 3 down. 6 down. 2.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 15. Hey, stand up. Watch out. On the ball.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is this is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 29, Vick steps away to his left, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, it's Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Let's get it.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Tighten up. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Pick it up.
They'll run it. Freeman. And an alley to run. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. All they needed was a yard there for the 4th down conversion, but they got to that second level, got a whole lot more than that.
And how many times have we seen this on 4th down? Defense stacks up near the line of scrimmage. If you pop there, you can go a long way, and that's exactly what we just saw.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw it here. Vick flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
You got that? Yo, fast. Let's go.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Vick to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
To throw is Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Tannehill. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for the rookie A.J. Brown there. And that'll make it 3rd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
A first down throw coming for Vick. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, Vick. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Vick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action. It's Tannehill. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Out, 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 out.
From the gun, Vick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Back to it after the pick 6. Vick. He's got Smith here. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 17-yard line.
Hey, hold on.
Vick now, caught by Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Third and long for Vick. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 44, Vick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of pop.
And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Jackson to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He goes full extension, and he's got it. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. That was third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score from NRG Stadium in Houston, and another score by the Texans, so they've added on to their lead. Remember to keep an eye. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, Vick. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Throwing on 3rd and long. Vick, he may try and run for this. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On the draw, this will be Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Vic goes play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Wake makes that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk it. And the pressure gets to him again. Jeffrey Simmons getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Vic to throw on 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Wesley Woodyard. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Check 61, matchbox lights. Ready?
Following the fumble recovery, Tannehill. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped.
Hey. Go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Goodwin able to haul it in. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get...
Now Vic stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Vic. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now here's Vic. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Come on, set. 10 logo. X3. 218, chop it. 5.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd.
They'll
run it with Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Tennessee, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.